Today I'm going to teach you how to play a two-player game by Reiner Knizia. It's a I divide, you choose game, and it's called Marabunta. Set up the two-sided board, making sure that all sides either have the worm or don't have the worm, and snap them into place. Both player boards should have the same symbol as well. Either they have the bug symbol on them, or they don't. And make sure you snap those into place on each side. It is recommended to use the worm and the bug side first. There are 6 dice in the game, and each die represents one of the 6 colors on the board. Every die has a number 0 through 3, a crate symbol, and a scoring leaf symbol. Notice the 0 is not one of the colors on the die. There are 7 unique scoring tiles. The tiles will be shuffled and revealed once every round. On a player's turn, they will roll the dice and then divide them into whatever configuration they want. The tile must be included in the division. At minimum, there must be one thing available to choose from between the 2 sections. After the roller finalizes the division, the opponent chooses which section they would like. The opponent then carries out each action in any order they see fit, one at a time. The rules for placement are as follows. The colored die dictates where the die number must be placed. So in this case, the green number must be placed in a green area. In order to write a number into the area, it must be adjacent to another number you have written. To start the game, there are no numbers, so this creates an issue for writing in the number 1. Every player has 2 anthill spots. This allows you to write the number in any open space of the appropriate color. So to start the game, the first player will have to use an anthill and then can write the number anywhere they want in the green area. Now the player is free to write the number 2 in the orange area next to the number 1. They have a couple options to write the number 3 in the yellow area. They could put it here or here. Zeros are unique in that you can write them in any colored area, but they still must follow the rules of adjacency. If you have this symbol, you go to the appropriate leaf and color in 1 dot. So in this case, it would be pink, and we could fill in 1 dot. At the end of the game, each colored region will be scored. You add up the numbers in the region for each color. In this case, yellow has a 3, blue has a 1. Whoever has the majority wins the region. In this case, it would be red. You then look at the scoring leaf and see how many dots you have filled in. Red has 2 dots filled in, so they would get 2 points and mark it off on the scoring track like this. In this case, blue has the majority and gets 3 versus 2. Blue has filled in 2 spots, so they would only get 2 points. However, if red had won because there were 4 dots filled in, red would have gotten 4 points. If there's a region where the colors are tied, in this case, the blue region, red has 1 and blue has 1, nobody scores points. Anytime a player puts a number on an area with a cupcake, they will get a bonus. By crossing off this cupcake, they then mark off 1 cupcake spot on their board. If they were to fill in enough to get to an area with a plus, they would get a bonus point to mark off on their scoring track. Whenever covering a crate, something different happens. You choose one of the areas to cross off a crate. When all of the crates are crossed off in an area, a special award will occur. These 2 areas allow you to write the corresponding number immediately onto the board, long as it follows adjacency rules. These 2 areas allow you to write the appropriate number anywhere on the board, and you do not need to follow the adjacency rule. These 2 areas give you the appropriate victory points to mark off on your board. This last area allows you to immediately cross off 2 cupcakes, and if it puts you in a reward spot, you immediately would get that reward. When resolving any of these rewards, it is important to note that it must be done immediately, so your dice placement and order will be important. The 7 tiles also have unique powers. This one allows you to cross out 2 crates on your player board, and you would immediately score something if it filled in the area. This one allows you to fill in 2 leaf circles long as they're not on the same leaf. Here you may put a 1 anywhere on the board as long as you follow adjacency rules. This one allows you to put 2 zeros on the board. The first 0 must follow adjacency rules, and then the second 0 must be adjacent to the 0 you just placed. This one allows you to put a 0 anywhere on the board. This one allows you to put 2 X's on the board anywhere, but they must be next to each other. The X's make those spaces unavailable to use. This one lets you reuse a die you've already rolled, so in effect you're using it twice. So I could choose blue again, yellow, or green. The rest of the placement rules would still apply. Once all 7 tiles have been used for the first 7 rounds, this tile, which has the same symbols on both sides, will be used every round thereafter. This tile forces you to cross out a cupcake anywhere on the board. If every cupcake is occupied or crossed out, it triggers the end game. The game also ends if a colored region is filled in completely. A game also will end if every dot in one leaf is filled in. After scoring all the regions, the player with the most points is the victor. And this is how you play Marabunta.